It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.
Man, I know you guys heard the diss song like that. I know you guys heard the verse. I know you guys were informed by me because I came on here and talked about the verse. I didn't talk about the response at all. I didn't talk about the response. Everybody's quiet. Kendrick Lamar came out here and dissed J. Cole and dissed Drake, and nobody said nothing. But we did get that response that everybody was waiting for in the form of 7 Minute Drill. You guys heard that song, right? J. Cole dropped 7 Minute Drill, a little EP, might delete later. We thought it was directly in response to the stuff that Kendrick Lamar had to say about Drake and J. Cole, and anybody kind of just riding with Drake and stuff like that. The whole mixtape, me personally, I heard a lot of stuff on it online as far as social media and stuff like that. The full songs didn't drop, but he was previewing a lot of these songs, or not a lot of these songs, I can't say that, maybe like 3 of the songs on little vlogs called I Might Delete Later. So I kind of felt like they were coming either on the album that he was going to drop the fall off or something of that nature. But ultimately, no, it was cool. We got this, and we got the 7 Minute Drill, man. 7 Minute Drill, it was cool. Me and my homies in the group chat, we had a discussion because we knew the effect of like that. We saw what it did. We saw what Kendrick Lamar was yelling. We heard the diss loud and clear. Fuck the big three. It's just big me. We heard all that shit. And we're presumably thinking that Drake's on tour right now. He's busy. He's gonna respond due to his history. You know he responds to shit. He don't let nothing slide that people say. Lyrically, he doesn't run from a fight. Street stuff, he has people behind him that's like, fuck, if you want to get down, we can get down. And he has all the money in the world for protection as far as that goes. But we talking lyrically right now. Drake is never one to back down. I feel like right now, J. Cole is kind of in a run period, if you will. Not saying he's running from the fight, but I'm saying that he's on a run as far as verses go, as far as songs go. He's in album mode. Stuff that he's doing is getting a lot of momentum, is being received really well. So I feel like at this point, or felt like at this point, he felt like with Kendrick Lamar dissing him, he had to come out and do something and say something and try to poke back on somebody that talked about him in order for his rollout for his album and for his throne that he's trying to claim right now as #1 to stay valid in a way. You know what I mean? You can't have somebody come out and say these niggas can't rap after I've been saying nigga I can rap, and if anybody has something to say, they can say it, or we can do this rap thing if you want to. Um, yeah, I don't know what happened. Um, like I said, me and my friends in the group chat, people are saying that response was getting at Kendrick, and what was said in that song killed anything that Kendrick said on his song. But I was like, no, this sounded like a retort. Um, that was going to be like friendly. It sounded like friendly competition. You think you can rap and diss me? I'll rap at you. I'll jab back at you, but I ain't gonna cross the line. Me personally, I knew this. This is what I'm saying. Like I felt like J. Cole should kind of step out of the way and let Drake and Kendrick go at it because a big three is kind of awkward anyways. Because like you can't have a big three with two being on the same side and one being on the outside. It's like, because then once one is gone, these two are never going to go against each other. You know what I mean? So either one of the two and the three, you get it? One and the two and the three, the two that are teamed up, one of them have to step out of the way because they both can't come at Kendrick. It's not going to look like they did anything anyway, so it'll look like a jumping. Even though Kendrick did this first, but come on now, it's not going to have 2 against 1. And I feel like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar are actually friends outside of rap. You know what I mean? They're both on the same kind of tip, on a spiritual tip, on the Black empowerment tip. We ain't gonna go out here and diss each other and enforce any violence to sully hip hop. We're trying to take hip hop in a different direction. We're trying to let people know that hip hop isn't all about gangster shit and all about party, party, party. It can be artistic and it can go in a certain direction. It can be teaching and life learning and inspiring in a different kind of way rather than just the braggadocio and the gangster rap and shit that everybody likes now and the trap rap that everybody likes now. I feel like J. Cole trying to pave his way and trying to stand out without having to go that way and having to rap that kind of way or conform to anybody else's style. I feel like he was just finally now kind of taking that stance and kind of transcending um other levels and other boxes that people tried to put him in, thinking that he couldn't be even in the top three, let alone be the number one in the top three. But during the 7 Minute Drill song again, he disses Kendrick Lamar's catalog. He says he fell off like The Simpsons. He said his arms were too short to box him. It was just little jabs, like you would say to your little brother, like, man, stop hitting me type shit. You better leave me alone, try to leave me alone. Or your homie that's just trying to throw jokes at you in the group chat. And you're like, all right, keep stinging me. I'm going to sting back because I got jokes for days. I can keep telling these jokes. But I think also he felt like it's going to get way more personal between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. He's friends with Drake, so maybe he knew what was coming as far as Drake getting ready to respond. And then, maybe Kendrick Lamar hit up J. Cole and was like, hey, some of that shit that you were saying, if you want to get down like that, we can really get down. I know you're just trying to respond for your album's sake. Just let your fans know that you ain't no bitch, that you can't, that you can really get down when it comes down to a lyrical tussle. But if you want to stand on that side with him, I got something for you too, and it can get real more deep and personal on your side. You know what I'm saying? So I think that all led up to J. Cole going to his stage on Dreamville Fest and apologizing to Kendrick Lamar for 7 Minute Drill. He said after he did that song, it didn't feel right on his spirit, that he didn't feel right saying and dissing the catalog of Kendrick Lamar. That was really awesome when he just out there saying that shit was whack. And people thought that was the hardest thing. And people in the media kind of ran with that and were giving J. Cole a point up on the beef, on the rap beef, just because people were trying to put into question Kendrick's catalog. I don't think that's the smartest thing to actually do, because I feel like Kendrick Lamar's catalog is better than J. Cole's catalog, in my opinion. But again, it's like I feel like he said some things he didn't really want to say after he put it out. Sometimes, I mean, people are saying that it didn't get the response that he really garnered, so that's why he kind of went out there and apologized. But me personally, I'm not one of those guys that kind of are saying that he's a bitch or saying that he can't ever be number one in rapping just because he backed out of that feud. I feel like sometimes those things are petty, though people did want to see them beef and get down and rap and just kind of rap at each other, talk shit to each other. Um, Again, I just kind of feel like if you're not that kind of guy, you're a kind of person that wants to reserve your spirit and your mental health and don't feel like getting into no mental strife. Have to worry about where you go when you step outside, though you have to do that as a celebrity anyway. J. Cole likes to go outside, ride bikes in public. He ain't trying to have to worry about somebody running up on him riding his bike in New York because he raps some shit about somebody. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to use the rap for monetary gain to get himself uh probably personally out of hip hop and just transcending other things. He's already playing basketball. He's already making shoes. I'm sure he's producing hella shit. You know what I'm saying? He hinted at retirement before, so maybe the fall off is hinting at retirement. This is why he wants to back himself out of this civil war as fast as possible, just so he can just kind of fall back and watch what happens and not be a casualty of a war. You know what I'm saying, in a sense, but ultimately, it just kind of came and went. People are kind of saying that he dissed them on multiple songs on the album, but I don't think so, man. Crocodile Tears was out before Like That came out and that Kendrick verse came out. A couple of other songs that he did, again, those vlog songs that he dropped were weren't actually on. Yeah, we're actually online, so we got to see those first. So they weren't dissing him. Other songs he had were actually really good songs. Songs he had with Boss. He had a song with I keep saying Boss. Is Boss? Bass Boss. It is Boss. He had a song with Daylight, and who else do you have on that song with Daylight? I forgot who else it was. He had a couple other features, and he had, a song there he's singing. So the whole mixtape wasn't something dissing Kendrick Lamar. So I kind of feel like he tried to drop a little something off the publicity of that diss, and just kind of like felt in his spirit that 7 Minute Drill shouldn't have been on it. I think he just recently took 7 Minute Drill off of the album. And he took it off of all streaming platforms. So he just has all the other songs all the other songs on the mixtape, but he took off the 7 minute drill. That's how you know a lot of those other songs probably wasn't diss songs. But this week, Metro Boomin and Future did double down and drop "We Still Don't Trust You," their second album, the follow up to "We Don't Trust You," and also brought more people on that album to go ahead and diss Drake as well. They had The Weeknd on that thing. They had ASAP Rocky. You know, him and Drake have beef from the whole Rihanna situation, and I think there's a song on his last album, Drake's last album, For All the Dogs, that he was talking about ASAP Rocky, that he was anti like your daddy's sister. That yeah, and the sex was average with you. Yeah, he was talking about ASAP. So ASAP came back. But it wasn't the best. Like, see, I don't know, man. When you're doing a diss on a feature, you can't really get into it the way you want to get into it because you kind of want to stay with the vibe of the song. But you just got to have poignant lines in the bars that kind of make people think, oh, he's dissing this guy. But Kendrick Lamar did it the right way. Just went in there in a melodic song, just went off. The whole verse was dissing niggas, and it still kept the vibes of the song going. But nobody dissed like that on the Future Metro album. The Weeknd said a couple lines. It was funny because J. Cole ended up on the Future album as well, which is crazy. Who knew that was gonna happen as well? It's gonna either this is the most elaborate rollout for J. Cole, or I don't know what's going on with this guy. I don't know, but I still fuck with him as a rapper and as a person. But yeah, the rap beef and the trying to be number one shit and the rap battle shit. I don't know. He's gonna have to. I don't know if he can redeem himself. Somebody's gonna just have to been poking him from him apologizing so much that he's gonna come out and just start slaying niggas and go out of character and go super saiyan because people are just trying to violate. Me personally, I kind of knew how J. Cole was as a rapper and a person. I kind of felt like what he was doing wasn't really trying to diss Kendrick as much, so that's why he went as light in his verse. And me personally, I don't really think that him bowing out and apologizing is the worst thing in the world. All these rap dudes and all these niggas are kind of on online kind of saying that he's a bitch, he lost all credibility, this and that. But his fans still love him, and I'm sure he don't be fucking with online and the internet like that as much anyway. I'm sure he's somewhere writing his bike, writing raps, working, helping produce other artists, and he'll be fine. But
it's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to Unitas. It's the best of bias. Best of bias. Yeah, it's the best of bias.